Technology is, quotes. What does that mean? Technology is. Is it good? Is it bad? Technology just is, isn't it? We have to remember that, right? Human beings are the epitome of quantum entanglement. How do we know that? Because every single one of you has had a moment, if not 10, since you've been here yesterday, where you can't explain it, but you met someone. And how many times have I heard it once, have I heard someone say, last year so-and-so met me, I changed my life. Changed my life. Have we heard that? Yes or no? Third floor, are you with me? Okay, so technology it's a tool and a weapon. It can be both. There's a great book I encourage you to read by Brad Smith, who's currently the president of Microsoft, called Tools and Weapons. But if technology is, and humanity is the difference between how it gets used, then what I encourage us to do, and what we do at ATOMIQ, is we invest in technologies and we bring them to the market, but we embrace our humanity and harness technology versus the other way around. So what I'm going to do my best as I bring up my guest here today, who you're going to be blown away by, and we have a couple special surprises, is to humanize this whole thing. So we're going to start with something we all know. We think in pictures, don't we? A picture's worth what? It really is. So if I say your car, how many of you immediately saw your vehicle right now, like boom, in your mind, clear as day? Is it clean or dirty? How many have a clean car? How many got bugs on the windows from the drive down? And you see that, don't you? And if I say, does it have leather interior or cloth? What happens to our mind? In milliseconds, pew, pew, pew. So if I say, go get my car, how you doing? Why not? You don't have a picture to work with. So we have to have a picture to work with, because if I say artificial intelligence to you, what do you see? Everybody sees ChatGPT that's under the age of 40. Everybody over 40 sees Terminator. True. Is that artificial intelligence? It's an aspect of it, but it's not a total picture. So if I say, guys, guess what? We're going to go implement artificial intelligence into our business. How are we doing? You're going to find my car. By the way, I just stole Greg Reed's Rolls Royce, so don't tell him. If I say, think of your mind, what do you see? How many of you see the brain? 65% of people see the brain, but that's not the mind, is it? It's not, but that's what we see, because it's the only picture we have to work from when we think of mind. What is the mind? It's a movement. It's thought energy to and through us into some form of physical manifestation. Call it goals, call it dreams, call it stuff. It's a movement. Another way of saying mind is intelligence. But what kind of intelligence is human intelligence? We'll call it organic for the argument. Does that make sense? So what is your organization made up of? It's made up of humans, which means it already has a bunch of what? Organic intelligence. And every single one of us, whether we like it or not, walks around with one of these trackers in our pocket, and we spit off, as of 6 years ago, 400 zettabytes a year of exhaust. Now that number, I couldn't tell you what it is today, but that was the last number I saw. That's 10 gigabytes of data exhaust, waste, every 10 minutes in a 24/7 day for all 8 billion people on the planet. That's a data exhaust. Now that's an unlimited, ever increasingly in value commodity. It's the only thing that is unlimited and growing exponentially that is going to continue to go up in value, isn't it? So when we say data is the new oil years ago, right? Artificial intelligence is like the new uranium, because it can be weaponized or it can be a tool. And so we have to start to get a common picture to work from. So that's what we're going to do today, and we're going to try and humanize that. Now, we're going to talk about quantum. Like, we barely even have our head around artificial intelligence. Now, just so we know, artificial intelligence has been, invented and kind of incubated for 80 years. 1943, they tried to build a replica of the human brain. And that's when they realized the brain was just a switching station for this movement and energy called mind. When we die, the body and the brain goes into dirt and ground and dust, and the spirit goes wherever you believe it goes, right? So that's the endless loop. The intelligence never ends, and it's always connected. So we're quantumly entangled, which you'll learn about in a second here, as humanity. And when we talk about our companies, how can we possibly think that we could run a company successfully implementing AI widgets and AI tools and large language models, like bolting on stuff to our body that was all independent and not connected and not centralized into a common switching station? So you'll learn about that more, but when you think about implementing artificial intelligence and implementing work streams in your business, you have to take an approach where you're centralizing that intelligence flow so that you can harness organic humans and their knowledge graph with them in the loop, with the artificial augmentation allows us to do more better, faster, and replace the tasks we don't want to do or that we don't do well enough anymore and get our people on new tasks. So that's what we exist to do.